And welcome back. We are on Mirage, and NRG will start on the defense. Daps has a smoke and a diffuse kit for his team, and what looks like a P2000, as well as Breeze. PKO lining up a smoke towards CT spawn. Jump throw, interesting. Remember when organizers banned the jump throw? And it was total failboat because internet. Such is life. PKL, did he buy anything in this round? Did he throw grenades earlier on? Because he only has a Glock, but he has no Kevlar. The rest of the T's trying to move into A, trying to go for a short plant, but the CTs are there with the USPs. PKL getting peppered. They leave the bomb to the guy without Kevlar to try and plant it, exposed with no smokes down. CT's moving in now. They know another player is in the sandwich position, and Cirque will take him down. But they don't have angles to defuse the bomb at the moment because the T's are in jungle and CPL and in mid. They don't need to face. It's 1 versus 3, although they don't necessarily want Cello to get taken down in this situation. The player who was in CPL could have traded, but he's jumped out now, so maybe Cello will be sacrificed. There's no need to face. Just let that clock tick. Cirque might get the ace, but he's not going to get the round. He won't get the ace either. Just 3 kills for him. Luminosity prevail in the pistol round.
They do prevail. Did you know, James?
No.
Did you play Command & Conquer?
No.
Okay.
I played Rise of Nations, and that's it.
Okay, because there was... I learned the word... Because I played that game when I was very young. I learned the word prevail from Command & Conquer, because there was one of the soundtracks. They had amazing soundtracks, and one of the songs was called something prevail. So...
It's cool.
Random fact. I learned so many words from video games. When I was like 3 years old, I learned the word Babylonia from Civilization.
I learned Babylon from Ali G.
Babylons. So, oh man, is amazing. So we've got the push coming in here onto the stack here from Luminosity. They don't care, they're doing it blind, but that can be okay if you make it safe. So long as you make it safe, James, it's okay to take risks.
That's a swift round. NRG not winning the pistol round, not winning the other pistol round, if you will, since it's a forced buy of pistols. Let's make it confusing. So nothing doing. Not the start they wanted. Oh.
Please. Please. Why?
Marvelous.
Why?
Maximum money. Maximum cash. I don't even remember how many kills I have on my knife now. I think it's like 6,000 or something. Stat track.
The only person who has kills on NRG is Cirque. He's got 3, James. You would be interested to know. Especially you. You would also be interested to know.
That sucks. Because it means that Luminosity are going to have loads of money. Unless they can change that in this round, where they only have stock pistols and no grenades and nothing of anything. Nothing of anything. Mid is not the most spectacular position to be in on an anti-eco because of exactly this, but when you've got loads of guns and you're killing people, it can certainly help, and Cello can clean things up because his teammates tagged. Only 1 player lost, and that they will not be concerned. It's an excuse to get rid of the Galil at the very least. They've still got the UMPs, but whatever. I do wonder if they'll keep these UMPs. They may do so because they can keep their money together, but Mirage has those longer ranges, and the gun has been nerfed, so maybe there is an argument to pick up AKs, but I don't seem terribly concerned. They had a strong performance on the previous map versus this opponent, and perhaps they will have one here as well.
Here goes Cirque on the peak there into mid. Ooh, very close there through the smoke, but not quite. He has to be cautious. It's a very fast round. He likely reads and hears that there's many players up short, but Ange gets caught with grenades in his hands, and that's always a sad, sad story. But Daps here is defending pretty well. He's able to pick up 1 frag. Slow the approach. There's number 2 from Daps, taking down Cello, and now the rest of Luminosity are stuck in the apps. There is a flank where, and that is potentially where the hope could be. Here's Yell comes in, but there is cover from Fugly, so it should be all right here. Indeed, they will be all right.
I'm surprised there's only 1 kill for the T's in that round. If you look at Fugly when he was spraying through the smoke, he sprayed the full clip. So I would expect in that situation, excuse me, a T to make a play through that connector smoke and try to take him down, but it didn't happen. Just the 1 kill for Luminosity. So NRG, this time they will get their first round early, and that's very important going forward. You see, there we go, Fugly spraying. I mean, he could have just, you saw him turn around there, so maybe it was that he ran out of connector. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened, but there we go. So Luminosity, they had stacks of cash. Now we see the proper buy from them. And I like that they went for the fast play in mid, because that's exactly what you want to do with those UMPs. Fugly taken down early, saw Breeze try to trade there, but it was awkward for him. You don't want to go down 2 people when there's a minute 45 on the clock. So there was a decision to be made there by NRG. He took the more conservative one, but he's kind of stuck in A. It's not say he's got no cover to retreat back to CT if that's something he wanted to do. So he kind of has to stay here. We'll see if that plays into this later. You see Luminosity have 2 players already towards the A site. When you see 2 players towards A on a T side with 5 players, pretty much a guarantee they're going to A. And indeed the bomb's being rotated over there. Luminosity with possession of mid. But can they split the site?
Now making grounds towards connector. It's a good move here from Luminosity, but this is an interesting setup here with Breeze in the corner. Got to be careful with this one. Breeze able to almost get the transfer there, but it's Cirque to get the kill onto Nekis as he felt as though he was safe, but he would be mistaken, sorely so. As another fragging opportunity will present itself to Cirque. He'll miss this time, but the bomb will go down in the meantime. Ooh, wow, another miss there. I think that should have been a frag for Cirque. He's going to feel pretty poor about that, considering that all of his teammates are coming from connector as well. Need to open things up here. Yell's in a great position. I think this is gonna frag's gonna come to Yell. It's another great one. Yell's been on form. That's a nice shot there. Finally, Cirque finds a good one. Cello.
Yeah, too close with that Molotov, which leaves it to Showtime. Chooses to face before the molly goes down. I think that could have gone better for Luminosity, but it also could have been better earlier on for Cirque. He had a sitting duck moving towards CT there, but managed to miss the shot somehow. Maybe nerves. He is a young player after all. I don't know. Maybe he has no nerves. I don't mean physically has no nerves, obviously.
Oh, that was a nice second shot was kind of ridiculous.
Maybe redeems the earlier misses.
So I feel like Sliggy will be redeemed if Cirque can get the 28 kills this map, but also in addition, the difference, and he had 15 frags last time, so that would be 13, so that would be 41 frags he'd have to get here. Then we can forgive Sliggy. I think that would be fair.
If he gets 41 frags in this map?
I think that's fair. If, makes up the difference and gets 28 here. Makes the difference, man.
Okay.
But it's going to be a bad start here for NRG. Cirque, though, he might be starting to do some damage.
40 frags to go.
Yeah. And he's 41 in total, so I think he already has like 9 now. He's going to turn tail and run.
So NRG had 2 AWPs in this round, and they'll keep 2 AWPs, but Luminosity take charge once again. So it's not looking good for NRG. It's still early on, but based on the previous performance in this one, I think that they're on the ropes, man. Like Apollo Creed versus Ivan Drago. I mean, the score is 4-2, but I'm saying they're on the ropes already. I'm calling ropes.
It's pretty early for that. Pretty early for that. Especially as they have AWPs, man. They got AWPs. They can force it up with the AWPs if they want to. I mean, Cirque can drop. He's got an army. He can drop an M4. Ange could consider dropping something, perhaps. I don't know. And they can definitely feel something here. Okay, 2 AWPs, M4, UMP, and an MP9. I mean, could be much worse. This could very well be a winnable round. Cirque's going to go into the underpass. He's crazy.
Big risks being taken.
Or perhaps he just really desperately wants a new rug. That could be it.
But is it a carpet or is it a rug? For those of you who weren't tuned in earlier. There are carpet stores in that underpass. People don't really, look through the chain link fence, so they don't realize. But indeed, carpets are for sale there during the opening hours. Maybe you'll find them on Google Maps.
Well, we have a very slow approach here from Luminosity. They're expecting aggression, and they would be right to expect that. We saw it in underpass. We see it at top mid.
This is weird. If you look at the CT positioning in B apartments,
yeah, they're pushed
and
everywhere.
top mid, you would think maybe they'd have more people towards A, but somehow they have a read that it might be B. And there we go, Showtime creeping into the angle. Luminosity playing it slow like an R&B video. 40 seconds remaining. They haven't seen the bomb yet, NRG. They have no idea what's going on. They've got Breeze towards A. See, they're rotating towards A now. They've seen one person towards B. Luminosity Slow down. I just want to get to know you. 20 seconds, man.
This is going to be really cool for Ange, man. If he could have an amazing result, or it could be catastrophic. Misses the first shot, doesn't know where to look. Eventually hits a flick shot, but it's small consolation as the bomb will go down, as though they had all the time in the world.
I gotta say, Dan, that must be one of the scariest things that Ange's ever seen. It's super silent towards B. There are 15 seconds left. You pick short, and 3 people are standing 10 meters away from you. When do you see that? When do you see that?
Like
that's crazy.
When you're playing Amnesia or something, it's like a jump scare. It's all quiet, lulled into a full sense of security. You should play that game. It's awesome. It's awesome. Did you ever read June?
No.
Okay. You probably should.
James Bardoff does not have time for these things.
But you have time for 11 hours of Zelda.
Yeah, I do have time for that. Yeah, you got to allocate your time where you want to. Mine is 11 hours of Zelda.
90% Zelda.
Yeah. Got to spend those plane rides doing something.
Right, we got...
I was drinking vodka as well.
Well, there you go.
Vodka and Zelda.
Why not vodka and Frank Herbert's finest novel, June?
Zelda.
Alright.
Zelda's got swords in it.
Well, June has swords as well.
Zelda's got...
You just run around. You don't even know what the game's got because it's 90% of it's just running around. You're basically playing an MMORPG by yourself, alone, which makes it even more sad.
I am the king of the side quest. What does main story mean? I don't know what that means.
Jeez, this is sad, isn't it? Luminosity are playing really slow. I do wonder if whether it's just their style. Because remember, like before, that was one of the things
they used to do this, yeah.
Yeah, but that was like it was to their detriment though, and it maybe it is part of their style, but now they figured it out in a better way.
Well, it's really scary. I mean, the thing is, it's hard to not have bias, right? Because it's like if they play super slow and it goes wrong, it looks terrible.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
If they play super slow, and it goes right, then it looks it's quite scary. I mean, that last run was very, it was very scary. I was like, oh my god, what on earth? Like, when are they actually going to push? What happened? Push 20 seconds ago. So, let's see.
Can't believe you said Schlong. That's amazing.
They have 45 seconds on the clock, and they're moving towards the A side. They've got a person in connector. Persons are in connector. PKL. He has no smoke, but there is one on short for now, which will help him move in because NRG have 3 towards the B bomb site, but they're all rotating with nobody on the short position. Why not? I mean, that's an obvious thing to do because the site's going to be split, but they're all coming in through CT instead. And meanwhile, the kills are raining in for Luminosity. Where will they plant the bomb? They plant it for short. No one's there for the CT side. All coming in from CT, running through smoke, and just getting wrecked. What is going on?
I don't know. I have no answers for you. I have no answers for you at all. Fugly's just going to be sitting there, and at this point, it's like, well, there is only so much I can do, which is maybe get this one kill and then probably die, because now they're all going to be coming for me. Although, Showtime's very weak. Okay, he's going to get picked off a distance. Okay, never mind. So, yeah, that definitely could have gone a bit better for NRG. It seemed as though they were very panicked. I think they could have taken their time and said, okay, look, we're going to play the retake. We've got a bunch of people. We can like split ourselves up a bit.
It might be the lack of weaponry which stopped them sending somebody short, in fairness. So, I take back my shock and horror. They are on the on a buy. I won't say a full buy because where are their grenades? But they are on a buy for this round. 2-6 in favour of Luminosity. And the T's will hear. They will hear that CT moving towards the short position, but now that smoke goes down and they're very limited on what they can do. If you have a forward spawn, it's nice to run beyond this position. They're going to force their way through it, or try to with a flashbang. I think they're trying to read that one player is going to be isolated, and they are not wrong. That's an open B bomb site, but Cirque is in the market.
He does get tagged down very low, though. The bomb's been planted 4v4 after plant, but the problem is that it's really hard to get in here. The only person that can really get in is Breeze to an extent, because that short position is a bit more forgiving than those choke points around the shop. So Breeze will try to open things up a little bit. Ooh, I thought that Cirque would have had that one. Yell creeping into the reticle. Fugly boosted here, and his teammate's dead. So that's about it for the retake. Luminosity crushing this round. Where are we at for the money?
That would have been such an important round
man.
for, an important kill in the apartment's position. The high ground is quite important in on B, but there we go. They get ruined again. NRG, so this might be another dominant match.
Could be. Sliggy, what is your favorite camera angle on Mirage? Because I think Sliggy made all the camera angles, right?
Well, I didn't do it, so.
So I guess he did. Let's see your favorite camera angle or camera position. Oh, he's got it moves, James. It actually pans. It's like a jib.
Look at this.
Someone put a jib into Mirage. That's sick.
It's alive. Look at those lovely barrels.
Oh wow.
You know, like if you look at whiskey, manufacturers. I can't remember what the word is. Makers, whatever. Whiskey guys, rum guys, and other stronger things. The barrels rotate from one to another in a particular order. I don't know what order it is.
Barrels rotate.
I think like
So
the whiskey. I think like the whiskey barrels will then go to the rum makers.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay,
and so on and so
Interesting.
forth.
That's
It's mad how incestuous that stuff is. So who knows? Those barrels could be awesome. They could have value. They could be more than just, you know, barrels in games which smash and then there's not barrels anymore.
It does bring you value to
I mean, this does look like Egypt, so it's not likely there are barrels which have contained alcohol. I have been to Egypt and enjoyed the food poisoning there.
I was about to say you described the diarrhea to me, which wasn't pleasant. That's pretty much all I remember about your journey
to sharing that with all of
Egypt.
us.
Yeah,
that's great.
Well, I mean, you shared this.
I did like going to, like, you know, Tutankhamun's tomb and things like that. Let's talk about diarrhea, Dad.
You were talking about scabs earlier.
Ring that bell.
I don't think this is the right time
to talk to what. Right time for what?
To ring the bell. They might not want to subscribe to this disgusting conversation.
This is a enthralling conversation, and Luminosity might somehow lose this round. It's down to a 2 versus 2. They can. Oh, the bomb is in the B bomb site, and it's very close range with the AWP. He knows where Fugly is, and Cello is having none of it. You don't need no PKL. No pickles here, mate.
Yeah, I've been liking watching Cello, man. He's done some great stuff so far.
Yeah, but I would like to see him against a stronger team.
That's true, yeah, and we will see that, as is you know, the nature of our league. All the teams will play each other, James.
Indeed, they will. I believe it's called a round robin.
Oh no! Oh wow!
A round robin.
Wow. Okay, so we've got Luminosity looking for an execution of a set piece onto the A site, setting up those grenades, and all there is really is a Breeze who's close range to... he's going to be isolated. He will be heavily isolated here. Be very interesting to see how much damage he can do. And if there's a Molotov for his position, there is not, and he will get an easy frag onto the Bomber. And there's more frags to be had there for Breeze as Daps comes in from above as well. Fugly too, looking to get in on the action. But now they've done enough damage to 4v2. They can wait for the grenades to go away, and then they can push in, they can crush, they can win the round, James. Surely NRG will win this round.
Yell, presumably rotating A to see if there's a flank B to collect the bomb.
Oh, the timing.
The timing indeed.
The time Zors.
Is it a question of damage, though? Let's see. Money on Luminosity. Well, Cello's got 7k, so I think maybe it is. Maybe it is. Just maim them for the rounds to come. Fugly's not committing to the flank, which is smart. They've got so many advantages. He doesn't need to overextend and get caught out by a peak. 43 seconds, and Yell is looking to get up to something slightly naughty. Dapped. Oh! Almost. Wow. Getting teased, and now Fugly starts to flank. I believe it is Fugly. Oh, look, he's peeling. He's peeling the angle. He's peeling the angle. But it seems he is the orange. 20 seconds remain for Cello. He could plant default, unbeknownst to him. But he's just waiting for the peak to come in. Looking in the wrong direction. And Fugly will put a stop to that nonsense.
The money is pretty outrageous for Luminosity there. They have buys upon buys. They won't be really pressed for a couple rounds. Do you ever play Time Crisis?
Of course.
I didn't really play it. I watched people play it. Is it like an arcade? I only saw it in the arcade.
Yeah.
But when we saw those two instances of timing, for some reason my mind was like, Time Crisis. I don't know why.
Time Crisis was fun.
Ooh, they're gonna go really fast and hard straight into that A-bomb site. Luminosity, and they will be able to get a quick kill there on the entry frag. Breeze this time. There's the Molotov. He gets ruined, and this is much better from Luminosity in this round. Much better.
But it's not over yet. Daps is in the jungle position, looking for anybody jumping over towards the stairs. And Fugly will reposition. He will join his teammate. There is a gap around the smoke. Luminosity playing it very slow indeed. Still no CT in CT. Luminosity with more grenades to deploy. There is a smoke. Daps trying to make a... Well, he's kind of in the smoke. Making a play. Ooh, he's managed to escape as well. That's really smart stuff from him. Fugly on the high ground. Now the bomb gets planted.
Nice push there from PKL. I do really want to call him Pickle at this point. However, it is down to Showtime and next. And they're very, very weak, actually. If we look at their health 29-39, that is really, really awful, that position to be in at the moment, as Fugly is going to draw nearer. Although Ange is on an AWP here, and he is now the last man standing, has to draw this CZ of his. This is going to be really problematic to get in from this position, and somehow they just can't find the right engagements to have a chance at all. I thought they were a shoo-in there for that round, but Luminosity convert once again, 9-3, as NRG have been, well, the energy's been turned off, James. There's no money left in the bank.
Yeah, that was very, very awkward. Showtime had 2 flashes in a 2-on-2, but he was very low. He can't really throw his flashes because if the opponent has grenades, which they did, then he's dead. So he has to play without the flashes. I'm glad he did do that. Had the awareness to do that. Full utility for Luminosity. NRG looking ropey. Very ropey indeed. Oh, I was going to say something really awesome and clever. What were we talking about before? We were talking about something.
Truffles.
No.
Pigs.
I mean, a lot more recent than that.
Egypt. Diarrhea.
More recent than diarrhea.
Rugs.
No.
Carpets.
No. Oh, bugger, I can't remember.
How recent are we talking? Like last few rounds?
Yeah, like the previous round. Or
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Never mind. Never mind.
You were talking about flashes and the fact that he didn't throw the
before
flashes.
that.
Oh god.
I don't know. Let's just move on, shall we? That's how bad my memory is. It's very bad.
I told you, man. The sleep deprivation, it ruins your short-term memory. You can't remember anything. You probably won't remember what I'm talking to you about right now. You won't remember the fact that you didn't remember in about 5 minutes.
I hear you, but I don't listen.
Yeah.
It's how I cope with seeing you every day of my life.
You don't, though, to be fair, anymore.
That's true. I never fly away.
You just live on planes.
I tell you, I'm doing productions, but really, I'm just crying.
Oh my god, the damage is unreal. Luminosity in the red. They will get the bomb planted though, but there is
best plant on Mirage.
There is a possibility here because of their health. The Deagle could do immense damage from Fugly.
Yeah, but they've got the high ground advantage. Luminosity again. That is a perfect plant. It's exposed to shorts, which isn't as important in this situation, but it's so powerful to have that one guy on the high ground, and you can actually Molotov the bomb through the window without showing to anybody unless they are jumped up on the van. So it's pretty strong, but NRG, they will desperately try to hold on to a scout. And
don't peek, man. Don't do it.
An MP9.
Leave Fugly to his scout. Thank you.
10-3, the score will be. PK, what are you doing with an AWP? What on earth are you doing? You've got 10 HP and an AWP. You don't need to do this.
Step away from the ledge. Step away from the ledge. 10-3, and NRG still have a very poor economy. So that's sad times for them as they are now in the dying rounds of the first half. Yeah, looking to get a quick pick towards A, but a quick pick is not what he's going to be able to get just yet.
Breeze lives a life of regret. Jumping to get information. He just got some information. Cirque's scope will expose his position. Oh, the timing. So many targets to look at. There are 4 people in mid for the CT side. I think at most he might have seen 3, but that's enough for his team to move forward. Cello jumping all over the place, managing to take down the repick of Cirque. Breeze. Oh, that's perfect from Cello. And there's one more person in that middle area. Looking good. Well, it was looking good, but somehow we're in a 2-on-2. Bomb getting planted. Daps has got an AK, but no Kevlar. Ideally, he would throw it in the window for Fugly to collect and take the Deagle. But that's not happening right now.
Patient play. We know Yell is good for that flick shot.
Oh,
should it
save 2-on-2? They can't afford to.
Yeah, it is.
Give up so many rounds.
How many rounds have they lost in a row? Okay, only 2. So Well, they have a buy next round anyway.
All their
so
money is together. Yeah, I mean, they can't... like, 2-on-2, the bombs just get planted. Throw the AK into the window. So Fugly has it. He has Kevlar. Take the Deagle and try and win the round.
Yeah, they really can afford to. I mean,
They have to.
All it takes is for Yell to miss a shot. You gain some grounds. You know, you hit a nice shot yourself, and you're halfway there. But yeah, they opted not to go for it. Again, they had a buy this round anyway, so that is curious. I mean, you can see that we're at the end of this buy, and look how much money is left on Fugly and Daps there.
Can we see the scoreboard? Because that's not always correct, that one. Yeah, there's more or less.
Well, Fugly has 35.
Yeah,
I don't. More, yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand. All kinds of weird decisions being made by NRG today.
Oh well, it's
we're just giving away rounds.
It's Cello who's going to be taking things by force there. Ooh, Fugly did not arrive in time to save his teammate, but he will get the trade. Suck looking to do damage there by Connector. Not quite able to do enough, though. He will be traded out, and that's a 3v3 in favor of
Luminosity.
Luminosity. Exactly.
Luminosity.
Luminosity.
Dan language, it's Luminosity.
Luminosity, Skadoodle. So this is a really interesting spot because the
Where's
CTs
the to win, man?
The CTs need to take a lot of gambles because right now the biggest fear is that Luminosity walk as 3 onto a site, and like how do you play against that? Because you don't want to play a 1v2 or 1v3, so you kind of need information, or you need really sneaky spots so you can get information, stay alive, maybe get a pick off, have survivability after that. So you got to really pick your positions well as the CTs here. This is generally like a very good position from Daps. You can always get good for a couple kills if you play it well.
It might look weird in apartments that Yell is basically being entry fragger with a CZ, but you want the guy with the AK to trade, not the guy with the AWP, so he kind of has to fill that role. They will both go down regardless, and leaves Yell, well, not Yell, but his teammates will. 1 versus 2. He's got 20 seconds to plant the bomb. This is entirely doable. He's going for the fakes, but he's giving time for the rotation. One of his teammates got killed towards A. He's really got to go for this, and now he's forcing the issue. Oh, that would have been a shot, but there's a rotation on the high ground. Opportunity has come and gone for Yell. It's just too late. It's too late. He's outsmarted himself. But, I mean, it's easy for me to see when I know where the players are. So, can't judge him for that one. They've done a great job. 11-4 in favor of Luminosity. NRG must win the pistol.
That is like a really interesting spot because I think like the decision making is really kind of complicated because I think there's this element of unpredictability as to how your opponent's going to play that's, you sort of like, you can't really count on. And
if he knows that his opponent is in market, he plants. But I don't think he knows, which is why he fakes. So it looks easy for us, but...
No, exactly. It is actually very tough. Because sometimes you have to go with what you know as opposed to the speculative sort of situation. But 2 players in apartments here for the NRG. Looks like they want to walk straight out onto the A-bomb. So I really love that. And Ange waiting in the B-apps will pick off a frag as well. This is a good start here for NRG. And Luminosity, they are struggling right now. It's down to Yell and Cello. Reminds me of Limoncello.
I was thinking exactly that. Limoncello.
The lovely Italian special, sort of the digestive, as it were, that they have after a hearty dinner.
Digestive. How do you describe a drink as the digestive?
Because the
digestive is a biscuit.
No, digestive. I mean, it can mean something that aids digestion.
That could be a pill. It could be a...
That's literally the reason why they have it. That's why
could be an effervescent tablet.
That's why they have
the digestive.
limoncello and an espresso after dinner aid digestion of your meal. At least that's the reasons the Italians gave me.
That's the least sexiest description of limoncello I will ever hear in my life. The digestive. It's a drink. Call it a drink.
It's a liqueur.
Yeah, and you drink it. It's a drink. Liqueur is fine.
But it has a very specific purpose at the end of it.
My name's Dan, this is the digestive. But not the biscuit, or a pill, or an effervescent tablet. No, it's actually a drink or liqueur, but I prefer to say digestive.
Wow. You're a very mean person, James.
It's a drink.
You're always really mean to me, I don't know why.
Well, oh my god. Luminosity have been mean to NRG. They've been very mean indeed. What has happened, Dan? We were talking about digestives.
Yes. Well, 1 HP for Ange, 2 HP for Daps, 25 for Cirque. He's living it up in that sense. And these CZs suddenly become insanely strong at this point. But they have to find the engagements. Ooh, that's a big smoke. Let's see. There's not much more to do other than to jump through it, and that's going to be it to the detriment of Yell. Neck is in trouble right now, but he has not been discovered. Okay, now he's been discovered, and the last two players have no health at all. This is a pretty easy frag for him to get, but he's got a 10-second defuse. That's a bit awful, and it's an easy frag for Daps. He'll pick it up for the round win for NRG. So there is some life in the old beast.
Wow.
Of NRG.
What kind of beast? Water beast?
But I was just using it as a general
Digestive
term.
beast. I'm sorry, Dan.
You're a dick, man.
I'm not really sorry.
Why are you being a dick? Why are you being a dick, James? Go back to your pigs and your truffles. I could have, you know.
Connor, where's the pig?
I could have exposed you for that. You said you were going to buy it for him. To be fair, you literally said that.
Well, I said a few things, Dan.
You said a lot of things, and you hold yourself accountable to none of the things that you say. Yeah, to me, everything. I'm highly accountable for literally every single.
Absolutely.
Every single thing. Oh my God, no! No! Why?
It doesn't realize. Please, Cello, knife him. Knife him, Cello. Well, that was a round. That was like when.
What on earth was that?
That's like when you have cheerleaders on a motorcycle or whatever. They make a tower. It's like, what on earth is this? They're getting drilled like it's home improvement.
Oh man.
Well, that was a round. Why not? I mean, he just made $3,000.
That's just something that should never happen, really, isn't it?
He just made $3,000.
Yeah.
And they're going with 2 MAC-10s in this round. No AWP. It is the buy round from Luminosity. And again, these 2 MAC-10s on the T side. I don't know because of the ranges, but when you have an AK to get the entry, then maybe that will help. No helmets for the CT side in this round. They've got 2 kills so far. 2 AKs and the MAC-10 remain. I don't know if the score lends itself to the double MAC-10 in this round, but it's all a matter of opinions. That's the smoke thrown from Tetris bouncing off the wall there, and now Daps, you don't really have the range to take that fight. You know, if it's 11-7 in your favor, then maybe you can go 2 MAC-10s. But it's 7-11, and oh, I don't know. I don't know. 3 versus 2. The fight rages on, but there's no kit. Luminosity need to get on this bomb, but I think the opportunities have come and gone now.
Yeah, Breeze is really weak though, so if there was a fast frag on Daps, then it's possible, but
They've got no kit.
this is not happening now. And Breeze will take the frag 2 for a 4K. I can't really get out of my mind that MAC-10 Bonanza. Extravaganza.
I think you can add 1 AK there. I think it's prudence. Especially when you make $3,000.
Why? Oh my God!
Look at that money. Look at that money pile up. Oh, okay, not 3,000 because you got the pistol out. So, excuse me. 2,400.
Misinformation, fake news. Breeze, there we go. Taking down the Deagles. What is happening? They're closing the scoreline.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What is it?
The score's going to be tight now.
This is nuts. This is actually insane. But we still have some Deagles in play. Cello's in a great spot for Deagles. You have really good angles in that position. We can often see some great stuff. I remember that Ely Cold was just bodying everyone there. It is cold after all, but that's a great flash. Yes. That is a good flash.
It's a good flash.
That's $200, James, and that's saved maybe 2 players. 1 player, 2 players.
It's a good flashbang.
Save
flash
lives.
for your teammates. Throw a flash for a bro.
That should be on a t-shirt. Let's make that t-shirt.
Flash for your bro.
Flash for your bros.
Flash for your bro day.
I can see how that could be misconstrued.
Yeah, that's true. All right, throw a flashbang for your homie. You know, homie can be any gender, right? It can be any gender. Yes, it can. That's fine.
I guess so. Yeah.
I play with lots of girls.
So what do you?
So you know, I'm trying to be inclusive. I don't want to be like, trying to be inclusive.
Is that, do you specifically search for girls to play with so that you have like an even distribution of guys and girls to play with so you're properly inclusive?
No.
It just happens.
It just happens, man.
You're just a magnet.
Yes, I am.
Anyway, moving away from this. Moving away from this as rapidly as possible.
What if you were a magnet? Imagine the problems in life you'd have if you were a magnet there.
Rob Schneider is a magnet.
I don't know what that is.
It's a reference from South Park.
I don't watch television.
Oh my god, it's like literally the perfect reference to what you're talking about. It's actually so perfect, and you have no idea. It's so good. It's actually hilarious, and you'll never know because you're too busy playing Zelda for 11 hours on the plane instead of watching any popular television.
An explanation of what Dan just said, which of course will take the fun out of his quote, but just do it.
No, it won't actually, because it's actually hilarious.
Okay.
The clip will be funny.
No, but I want a written explanation. I don't want a link to the clip. I want a written
I don't know how that will
explanation.
work.
I want a short story.
Bloody hell.
Bye round for both sides. 2 rounds between these two teams now. NRG have fought their way back, and perhaps, just perhaps, they have an opportunity to show us what they can do. Something which you could argue hasn't happened yet in these 2 matches, but there is a chance. It is possible. It is possible.
We're here for potential to be realized.
Luminosity with a 2-man hold of the connector area, which would mean that one AWP is looking top mid, and one person is looking in the underpass. Could be vice versa, who knows? Showtime moving forward. Surely Ange does not expect that. He doesn't. He cannot respond. There's nobody else there.
And it's always awkward when you, like, this is really a problem for a lot of teams. If you find yourself in this position where you've invested a lot towards B, you lose that first pick, or there's like you played too slow, and then they throw those smoke grenades in defense, and they don't have any map control, so you have to go B. It can be awkward. This is a great off angle from Chillo, against a really nice position to be played if you are a B player. And you can see that it's such a strong off angle. He can have teammates come in for reinforcement to cover him in other spots. You have to wide peek to try to deal with him. And here comes the flank as well from PKL. So that's this is another one of those problems. Like they played the B, they wanted the B round, but without developing the map at all first. And there's no picks, so, there's no map control in the middle. There's nothing going on towards A, no harassment, nothing. So it then allows Luminosity to feel able to get that information and punish it.
Oh, okay. They got peppered like filet mignon in those apartments, man. 3-round leads. But both teams are on the bye. This is important. There is still chance. There's opportunity for both these teams. We could see the gap closed once again. We could, but will we? Again, NRG, 2 people towards A early on, and the bomb. Pretty much means an A split unless they're out of their minds. So, nothing doing. We wait for smokes to dissipate. We wait for NRG to move through the underpass. Cirque smoking off CPL window. I'm sure they will try to smoke off connector as well. But first, they must clear connector. And Yell is looking towards the underpass, I do believe. No, it's PKL there, excuse me. PKL there with the rifle. Ooh, careful. And he will start to back off. I'm sure the smoke will soon be deployed. And there it is. Molotov in response. NRG just seeking information, trying to figure out where these CTs are positioned. They've seen some or one towards that short area, but they're moving all over the place. Fugly trying to find a kill, but not quite. 45 seconds. They're in position for the split, but surely LG know what's going on. PKL gets taken down towards the stairs, trying to move to CPL, but Neckers will shut it down.
He'll get traded though, so this is a great round. And the problem for Luminosity is that they're trying to retake with AWPs now, and they're just going to get absolutely annihilated. This is a much better round from Luminosity, and they took map control.
NRG, you mean?
NRG, sorry, yeah. They took map control, and that's one of the big differences. They get all these opportunities to play together, to play these angles, to trade more effectively. If something goes a bit wrong, there's ways to actually adapt and try to find a winning solution. And this is devastating for Luminosity. Look at this. They're going to get reset, man. They have some money in the bank, but
oh, that's a bad reset.
That's a really bad reset. But
well, I mean, it could be worse because they can buy in the next round.
Yeah, they just need. Oh yeah.
So it could be like if they had no money, that would be really bad. But opportunity knocks.
Actually, hang on. Let's quickly look at the scoreboard again, just real quick. So they're gonna get $1,400 for their first loss here, and so it's just enough to actually get a buy-in.
Showtime's holding the AWP for Yell,
oh yeah,
so
yeah.
They're all good in the hood. They are all good in the hood. So, 2 rounds. Cirque is having a really good game. But most of his team are not far behind. He's 20.
Is it 41 yet?
20.
Okay.
He's halfway there.
Nice. Well, Cirque looking for that pick, and Biaps can be a very difficult one. He's looking for the jump onto the barrel.
Onto the box, the barrel's on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
onto the box. Excuse me. Don't play B, because I'm not scrub.
What does that even mean? That doesn't mean anything.
Well, B players don't get action, James.
Surely you're a B player then.
I get all the action, man. I run up mid. Get all the action. Ooh, Fugly looking for the pick here. Just creeping in the contact play. This is really awesome, actually. The bomb is with them as well, and they've been harassing towards B a little bit, so Luminosity definitely don't... have they actually seen the bomb? Looks like they know the bomb is there. It's pretty obvious at this point anyway. The grenades have been set down.
Ooh, will it be a 5-on-5 close part retake? You don't often see that on Mirage. And it may not be because Daps is looking for an engagement, but has maybe overextended. We'll throw a flashbang, but what's he gonna do?
Where is... Oh, he's okay. He's on the good side.
Yeah. Well, there are no more flashes left on the NRG side. Showtime just walking out. He will dink, but not kill Daps. He will get traded eventually. And there's still fights top mid. This is getting a bit crazy. Two players moving into Connector. It's a two-man spray down for Fugly, making Connector look fugly as well. And now the gap is just a one round.
Yeah, and we're starting to see, you know, the hole in Luminosity here on Mirage, but that is their CT side, at least in this instance, because how many rounds do they want on their CT side? Like one? Is it 1 round? It's 1 round. Damn! They've been getting blown out the water here on this second half, James, so far. Luminosity were making really quick work of NRG, but it just seems to be the case that both teams are really struggling with that CT side. That really seems to be what it is. See Luminosity taking that tactical timeout. They're thinking.
You can see Luminosity. I see what you did there.
You mean commentating? Just my general commentating.
Yes, I see what you did there as in your general commentating over the last 3 years.
Well, this is not fun if you are Luminosity right now. They are losing the grip of the match. And NRG, they have what should be an equalizing round in store for them here. Up against mid pistols, we see the use of Molotovs. Now they'll be launching themselves into B, and now B has been claimed. Although there is still a player lurking around. Hello. What is that? Actually.
So it's a trap.
Yeah, it was just a trap there, and that's the great thing about having the Mac 10 guy, because you can just go crazy and you don't care. He's very expendable, and that worked out really well there for NRG.
Well, PKL has picked himself up the Mac 10, and I do wonder if he can position himself to make some money. But he's staying around the B bomb site with it, or let's see what he's doing. I mean, that's a great opportunity to make some cash. Nick is getting a cheeky frag. We've still got a player in the underpass. He may take Nickers down. There we go. So Fugly now, they know he is in the B apartments with the AK-47, and he seems to be hunting these pistoling players, which is a curious one. With the AK to lose. PKL going bot mode there, sweeping left to right. And there we go. Some final kills in the last round. And I don't know, I mean, PKL doesn't get anything done really with the Mac 10. I think he was hunting for maybe a lurking player. Didn't quite work out, but obviously he has to buy up in this round. So perhaps a wasted opportunity. 12-12. Didn't think we'd get this far, but here we are.
Yeah, and if you guys, of course, have any comments, want to join in the discussion, you can. Hashtag ECS4. And we will display some of the tweets, and you have a chance to win things if you are featured, like Hyper Beast skins in the game of Counter-Strikes. And NRG, they're looking good here to try to actually take the lead, which, to be honest, so far they look destined to do so. Luminosity are actually struggling massively on the CT side, and they've already lost Nekis, of course. And it's so early on too. This gives NRG so much room to work with. They can pretty much do whatever they want, and just push really deep on B-apps as well, as the fact that, you know, that they have deep mid control. Well, I say deep mid control. They don't have deep mid control just yet, but they have Breeze at the underpass. That's a big frag.
Yeah, and Luminosity not really. Okay, so they've almost abandoned A. They've got a rotation, but they're all dying at this point. So what else is there to report? NRG looking good. Just one round, if I'm not mistaken. Only one round won by Luminosity in this half, and they're not going to win this one. And they didn't really offer anything in that round. That's all. They just died.
Yeah, they pretty much just died. I mean, initially, of course, there was a pick here from Fugly. He just goes for a really fast timing off of a spawn, and they weren't expecting it. Gets a quick kill, and then I think they felt pressured to try to create an equalizing frag. And that's the problem when you play the pick-based game, is that it can just look like that. It can just look like you have nothing to offer in a round if it goes badly. Much like you said, if you play really slow, it's a similar sort of effect. If it goes wrong, looks really dumb in the end, but I can see where they're coming from in that situation. Now, what is Luminosity up to? Obviously, they have the pistols here. You can see that Cello is looking for a pick in mid here. It's very difficult, of course, against the rifles, but maybe they can find something. There's only a couple of Deagles out there for Luminosity, so NRG, again, we don't want to see them play that super slow anti-eco like we saw on Inferno. There's just no need to do it. There is no need for that, James.
They've done this forever as well.
There's no need for it, James.
Yeah, this is a cleaner. To save an RG, this is a cleaner. There's no smokes here this time. Just one push, just one guy trying to flank. So I don't know how much of a plan. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There are other situations where maybe you throw a flashbang or something, but they haven't really even invested in any grenades whatsoever. They're not bunching up so much. They're just fishing. Meekly fishing for kills. Where's the tower in CPL again?
Yeah. So what's the difference between fishing and fly fishing? Is there a...
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about fishing.
Yeah, I know nothing about fishing. It feels like we don't really... Fishing's not really a big thing in the UK.
Well, of course it is.
Is it?
Are you? Yes.
I mean, like for
Yes,
example,
dude.
here, for example, like with your families, like you go on fishing trips, right? I didn't know a single person that went on any a fishing trip.
I've been fishing in Walthamstow in London. They've got
Really?
they've got 4 lakes there, all next to each other. My mates used to go fishing. They had the fishing rods. They had the buzzers. So we used to sit there. I was too wussy to put a maggot on a fishing line, so I used sweet corn. Instead.
Sweet corn.
Yeah. Once I remember, I'm sure I've told you before. I cast my line out once as a swan was flying past, and closed line the swan, and it crashed into the bank.
There's no way. I don't.
True story.
I
It didn't
can't believe
die
that.
or anything, but it hit the line. It didn't hit the weight or anything. So
Just concussed.
just crashed into the bank. I don't think I ever caught a fish. And my friend was reeling a fish, and I had to net it. And I failed to net it, and it escaped, and he was pissed. They had carp there, among other things. But
That's
of course,
interesting.
yeah.
I've never known anybody that went fishing.
Well, you're a nerd. You just sat on your computer.
That's true. I'm a nerd.
You were not around fishermen. You're around the opposite.
The
of
opposite.
outdoorsy people.
That's true. Well, I rescind all the previous claims. Anyway, Luminosity looking to try and claw back.
There's a carpet shop.
They're-
There's a till.
They're trying to claw back.
They call it a register in the US. I'll let you talk now. I'm sorry.
They're trying to claw back. This is probably the last good chance that Luminosity are going to have. They've got double ults, they've got 4 grenades. We have, again, a very slow approach from NRG. They haven't yet taken any mid-control. They're being really, really slow about this. They have a lot of grenades still to utilize in this effort. Only one smoke grenade has been used by NRG right now, which is actually kind of insane. We're approaching the 1-minute mark, and they haven't got any map control so far. And again, this is really interesting because if Luminosity really hold their goal here and they just, sit back in passive positions, it's only NRG that are hurting themselves because they're not actually, taking map control. Breeze is starting to pressure. He's got some assistance in mid, and they're going to look for that B split, but Luminosity, they've got so many grenades, and there's so much time left. But that's really bad though for Luminosity.
Yeah, Cello is in a lot of trouble. Suddenly the B split is on thanks to that pick. And 3 Luminosity players are left on the A site. 3 versus 4. Wrong bomb site. Surely they have to save. And they really have to hold on to these weapons.
Yeah. That was a really weird round, I think, because Luminosity were it looks like they don't want to actually try to reassert themselves on middle, because that is obviously against a team that's playing really slow. it can always be good if there is limited mid control, limited investments in mid that you've seen over time to say, you know what, we won't just give them mid. We're going to take a timing to go and retake it with like 3 people and have a setup that makes that makes sense. And you retake it and then you go from there and see what happens. But because they're just sitting in the dark, they just get caught out because they don't know exactly how to position themselves. And NRG get to just run the round that they want to run with no pressure from Luminosity. And look at them, like 3 players on 16k for NRG. They've been having a crazy good T-half. NRG won one round, James.
1 round.
On the second half. That's crazy.
That is.
That's so insane.
That is. But I mean, if this is to be a broken match for Luminosity and they lose it here, then at least they have a lot of evidence to figure out what on earth went wrong, and that's not a good start for them.
I do wonder if it is just just being like the lack of aggressive setups for the CT side, and allowing NRG to play slow and not punishing for them for not taking a lot of map control in certain spots. But we'll see how that develops over the course of the season.
Oh dear, oh dear.
They're getting wrecked right now.
I mean, what can they do, right?
Yeah.
3 versus 5, 2 versus 5. All you can do is run into people's crosshairs at this point.
And that's one of the reasons why it's really strong for NRG to play slow, because if you do get that first pick, the CTs do feel compelled to take an aggression somewhere, and you're just there waiting for it, and you just get it. And that's just what's happened more than 1 round. So,
got to do something. They're going to get into stronger and stronger positions as time goes on. Looking for a player top mid, maybe because he knows a Fugly abandoned. He's trying to figure out why. Why didn't he come back? This is death by paper cuts for the Brazilian team. Thought they were a lock-in, but somehow they have managed to lose Mirage. Only 1 CT round in the second half. 16-12 NRG.
yeah, it's definitely a very disappointing result, I think, for the Luminosity guys, especially considering the fact that indeed they had such a good start to everything. But there is definitely work to be done. I think they're going to have to look towards those aggressive setups and how to assert themselves against the T side. I think that's one thing that they're going to need to try to do, because I think that NRG were not really tested in the ways that the past should have been tested when it comes to having to adapt when, let's say, the CT's doing aggression, they take away some part of the map they needed, or they get a frag early on. This is insane. I don't think I've ever seen this before in my life.
Yeah, no, that's quite hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, Luminosity, it seems they had difficulty adjusting and changing the pace and taking an early advantage on their CT side. So, I mean, that's something that they've had issues with in the past, and hopefully they're able to learn from this, or like just show some analysts something and say, like, what do we need to change to make this better? So.